How are you doing today?
I'm good, Phil. Very good, thank you. I'm here today to start with. I'd like to sign up, Phil, to your 6% rate rise, please. Even 10% would be fine. 20% would be a bit uncharitable. 40% would be a bit unfair, but currently you've got me down as 59%. Yes, in my submission, folks, I did not leave out a decimal point when saying and suggest 5.9% and a typo. It's actually 59% that you're telling me my rates are going to go up by. Now, the reason is quite simple, because the eastern side of the city has had a lot of apartment blocks go up. And one of the things that I'm not seeing that we've factored is how we deal with those each cases, like mine, where my valuation went from 205,000 to 535,000 because the valuers decided my piece of land is now worth $345,000. The value of the property sitting on top of it only increased by $15,000 from about 60,000 to 75,000. So it's a pretty rundown old shitty. Oh, can I use that word on live?
Feel free.
It's a bungalow sitting on a big walloping bit of land in 741 square metres, before anybody asks. I know Greg will ask about the size of land. So that's kind of interesting, really, isn't it? So if you're going to take $1,000 more a year off me, which, okay, yeah, so my rates went from $1,400 to $2,400. So let's get some perspective and balance and fairness on it. Sam, where's Sam? Sam and Phil, thanks for a fabulous presentation recently in the public in your ward, where I learnt that in fact the rates burden seems to be moving out of the CBD and significantly over into eastern suburbs. So my request for what you do as far as planning in this long-term planning process would be, as you're going to be collecting more money off us, in my case 59% more money, you could argue that maybe we're just pulling me into line with where perhaps most residential dwellings are anyway, because I've got 3 people in my house, less than him, more than him. Yeah, had some flatmates, so I can help pay for it. As you're going to be picking up more of the rates out of the eastern suburbs, my area, perhaps we could put some spend into the east now, because the values, you're going to be collecting more money from it. You've got a paper on the table fairly shortly, or somewhere, the new plan for the river corridor. Well, excellent, get on with it, pick up the pace, do it with pace, get those cycleways built so we get the money out of government that they've pledged to give us when we actually build them. Let's stop deferring all of that stuff. Let's actually get the damn stuff built so we get the money in, so that we actually put that money into our communities, so there are more jobs, so that perhaps I can afford to pay my 59% more rates. Can I have a plan, please, from you? Now, a plan is a document where you write down a timeline, where you say, I know I'm teaching you how to suck eggs on this one, guys, but seriously, we blew up the sewage treatment plant and we still don't have a plan long-term what we're going to do about this puppy. And it's stinky over there. Yeah, we've sort of cleaned it up a little bit, and the lovely little comms graphs show everything's gone back to green. Cross your fingers it stays green through the winter, please, folks, because otherwise it's going to be squealing over there. You know there is. $1.5 million, Jake, for 10 months worth of temporary stuff down Gloucester Street, or one of those random streets, for a bit of temporary argy. But seriously, guys, fixing the CBD's economic turnover and getting the value back in those buildings actually isn't your problem, isn't your job. It's the people who own those damn buildings. Over in the east, we have risen up our buildings, we've risen up the values, and now we're taking the rates burden. So I'd like you to spend the money actually over in the east that you're now going to be collecting from there, and pull back from some of these other random projects that are, oh, we can't possibly get more tourists if we don't actually tidy up this. Tell you what, when the boat comes, the tourists are going to get off it. They're going to come to the CBD, whether it's got road cones on it, whether it's flash or what have you. We've got enough committed in there. Okay, I'll leave it there because the red light's flashing. Happy to take questions if the chair is going to humour me some time.
Go on, who wants to do this? Righto, we'll do Jake and then Tyler.
No, I just wanted to remark on the idea that we should be taking government money whenever it presents it, but we also shouldn't be taking government money and do work on Gloucester Street. But I wanted to get your thoughts on the UAGC in terms of obviously lower,
I wrote it down, Jake. I wrote it down in the submission that you've got in writing.
Didn't touch on it,
it's moving the deck chairs on the chairs on the deck of the Titanic. I don't really care where you put the damn chairs. 59% rates increase, whether you collect that off me as a $50 or $150 one way or t'other, $1,000 extra on my rates. I don't really care.
Tyler?
This is extra meta waffle.
Tyler?
No, I just wanted to remark actually. I saw you a lot, Don, on YouTube, and just like a concert, it's actually better seeing it live. So I appreciate you coming in.
Was there a question in that for me, Tyler?
Thank you, mate. He's going to do autographs outside later. Thank you, Don. Thanks for coming in, mate.
You're welcome.
Okay. Hello. Now we got Mainland Canoe Polo Association.